Hi, today I have a very special episode to bring all of you, and it is me reviewing some authentic Indian sweets. Okay, so I don't have all of them, obviously there's hundreds, but I have 8 of some common sweets, and it's from a shop here in Vijayawada called Sweet Magic. And you know, I've been going to Sweet Magic for a while now, right? And they normally have some pretty good products, I'd say. And we bring a lot back to the US to, you know, distribute to friends, family, etc. And customs doesn't normally allow it, but it's okay. So, we have badam milk, which is like almond milk, but better than like the American almond milk, right? Rasmalai, which is a personal favorite, I will say. Okay, I'm looking forward to that one. We have a couple more in here, so let's get right into it. So let's begin with some of the sweets from this box. So I just want to say that all of the food that I rate today is purely based off of Sweet Magic's way of making it and not representative of the whole sweet. You know, when I give a rating to something, it doesn't mean the whole sweet is bad. It might mean the way they make it is not good. Okay, so let's start with a classic. This is one that I used to purely live off of. I'm not even joking. When I was around 6, 7, which is the infamous Kaju Barfi. All right, it's a cashew-based sweet, and they normally cut it into these like diamond shapes, right? Oh yeah, diamond shapes, and we'll give it a try, I guess. So the thing I like about this is that it's not too sweet, right? You have hints of cashew coming through. It's kind of milky. I don't know if they use milk in this, but it feels that way, right? And it's just the perfect balance of what a sweet should be, you know? It's a nice refreshing thing to end your meal with, right? So I would give this a very solid 93 out of 100. And you know, I do ratings on the 100 scale because the 10-point scale is just not as good. So moving on, we have an interesting sweet, which is red halwa. Normally, I don't really eat this, but it's for the content, you know? Anything for the content. So we can take a bite. Okay, I'm disappointed in this is not good. You know, it's so obvious that they use like a flavored food coloring, red food coloring, if that's what it is. And you know, there's like hints of some other stuff in here, and it is not good. Would not recommend. Sweet Magic, this is a solid 33 out of 100. This is not good. Okay, moving on to another good sweet, I'd say. I don't know how traditional it is because it's called the ice cream barfi or ice cream sweet. So this is what it looks like. Sorry. So okay, I think this is a solid sweet to go with. You know, you kind of can't go wrong with it, but it just went wrong. You know, it's really sweet, a little bit too sweet for a sweet, and it crossed the line of where it just became pure sugar, and I can kind of taste where that sugar is, you know, and there's not much depth to the flavor. You know, there's levels to flavors. You know, for example, the Kaju Barfi that I showed you guys earlier had levels. You know, it was a multi-dimensional sweet. This is not the case. So unfortunately, this is one of my favorites, but fortunately, Sweet Magic, you have not done this justice. This is a 72.5 out of 100. So now this right here is called a Suda Bundi laddu, right? And I think this is a pretty common one, but it's always a classic, you know? Chota Bheem used to chug these laddus, so let's, if you know that. You know, it's an interesting take that Sweet Magic has done with this laddu. I think normally these laddus have, you know, cashews, some other fruit, dry nuts, and raisins inside of them. And me, I'm not a fan of raisins, but when it's in the laddu like this one, I am a fan. But unfortunately, Sweet Magic did not implement any raisins or any, you know, extra not seasoning, but like additions to this laddu, and it's just not hitting the same. If you know, feeling my vibe. Also, you know, it's crumbling in a manner that I don't really appreciate it crumbling in, and honestly, I think the texture could be improved quite a bit. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give this one an 80. But okay, I think I'm saying it correctly. But this is one of the laddus that I don't think I've normally have like on a general basis when it comes to India. So let's try it. This is done good. I'm not gonna lie. My expectations were set pretty low, below what the camera can see. But this has surpassed that expectations. It's right here, I'd say. It's classic. You know, these types of laddus, I don't think you need those extra like nuts and raisins in them, but these ones do. Let me just show you a close up. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. These need the additions. These don't. I would give this a solid 94, I would say. Now this is something, it's not too sweet, it's multi-dimensional, it's got that taste. You know, the texture is just right. You know, I really like this, definitely. Next, we have, I think this is one of my dad's favorite. He always asks for this. It's a Son Papdi. So, I don't know how to describe it, but it's multiple small layers or small like bits and shavings of, I don't know how to describe it. My mama, my grandma can describe it pretty well. Also, let me just say, my mama can make all these sweets, but like 100s on all these sweets. All of them. Even this red thing, but we can get right into it. I'll show you how it crumbles. It's a really different texture, unique texture. I think that's what makes the Son Papdi so special, you know? And I think it's really good. I think the flavor is there. They did add the additions, even though it's only on top. Maybe the additions would have been nice to have, you know, sprinkled through the sweet. But I think it's done pretty well. Solid 86 for the Son Papdi. As I was saying before, I really like rasmalai. So, you know, if they didn't do this well, I'm not going to Sweet Magic anymore. It's simple as that. Okay? So let's get into this. Let me show you a better view. Here is the rasmalai. It can be yellow sometimes, it can be white sometimes. Basically these are cottage cheese balls or lumps, and they're in this like puddle of surrounding flavorful milk type consistency, and it's really good. Let me just say that. Okay, the cut went well. Let me just say that. So every time you eat this, you want to make sure you get some of the milk too, right? So it stays soaked. Yeah. It seems that I will continue to be going to Sweet Magic because they did this really well. You know, I really like the consistency, you know, the uniformness of the rasmalai. You know, I think, you know, there's just enough air inside of the cottage cheese. The milk water thing inside of it is, you know, it's flowing into the seams really seamlessly. So yeah, and honestly, this is a 95.5. Yeah, I mean that's pretty high on the Yash rating scale. Last but not least, this could be part one. If you guys enjoy this series, maybe we'll do it like a continuing thing. There's so many sweets I haven't touched on yet. But this right here is some badam milk. Okay, this is good. The bottoms are present inside of the bottle. You can't really see them. I was expecting it for to have no bottoms. Bottoms are almonds, and so here's a good analogy. I think orange juice is always better with pulp inside of it, right? That's how bottoms are always better when bottoms are inside of it. You can't just get the off product of the bottoms and expect to have a good bottom drink. Like, that's not how it works. You need the source, the primary source. And Sweet Magic understands that. Definitely really good. A refreshing drink. The bottoms had a nice crunch to them. Not too crunchy, but not too, shallow or crisp. This is a 94.5 out of 100. So, in conclusion, that's all the sweets that I had planned for today. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'll do more. I'll do more not sweets too if you guys are interested. But that's all I had for this episode. So thank you and goodbye. Forgot to say like and subscribe, so like and subscribe and share.